activities on the strength of the holy name. 8. To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in Vedas as fruitive activity Karma Kanda. 9. To instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10. To not have a complete faith in chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachment even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success of Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank everyone for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Let us move on to the next part of the session, which is Srimad Bhagavatam class. May I know who all joined this morning?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Vrindavan from Chicago. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Arvindaksha Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for joining and giving your recitation. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna, Vrindavan Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, and all the glories to the assembled devotees. This is Manjari Leela Devidasi from Naperville. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Manjari Leela Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining and chanting so beautifully every single day. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Anita Ramya from Sharjah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Anita Ramya Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your recitation, and all glories to your wonderful services. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. This is Radha Piyari from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna, Radha Pyari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining every day, giving your recitation. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Purna Prakash Prabhu. So please accept my humble obeisances. I am from New Jersey.
Hare Krishna, Purna Prakash Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhu, for joining and giving your recitation. Welcome to the call. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Please go ahead. Okay, I will chant for some time. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. This is Shama Gauri Devidasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna, Shama Gauri Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining, and all glories to your wonderful services to the group. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devidasi from Bali.
Hare Krishna Kumari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining and giving your recitation every day. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai, Preeti Dasi from Charlotte. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Preeti Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Very nice to hear your voice, Mataji. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna.
Is there anybody would like to introduce himself? Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Vrindavan Prabhu to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 8th Canto, 7th chapter, 27 through 29 verses. Before I hand over the call to Prabhu, I request Anita Mataji to take over from here and give a brief introduction. Anita Mataji, over to you.
Hare Krishna, Vita Gandharvika Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji. All glories to all your services to the group, Mataji. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Once again, welcome all of you to this Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. So, before moving to the session, I would like to read the introduction of speaker today. And today our speaker is His Grace Vrindavan Prabhuji. So, here's the brief introduction of Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. His Grace Vrindavan Prabhuji is a senior disciple of His Holiness Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj. Prabhuji is a postgraduate of Commerce and Business Management in India, but Prabhuji gave up his high-paying job to serve humanity. In his youth, Prabhuji served in RSS and Vishwa Hindu Parishad by opening a school for the blind, an orphanage, and hospitals. Vrindavan Prabhu first came in contact with ISKCON in 1974, and understanding that spreading the true message of Bhagavad Gita is the highest welfare activity, and he joined as a full-time preacher in 1985. Under the guidance of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, Prabhuji has opened many preaching centers in ISKCON and developed them into successful congregational preaching centers. For over 30 years, Prabhuji has done many valuable services, including temple president, traveling Sankirtan party leader, head pujari, temple commander, brahmachari training program leader, congregational preaching leader, Padayatra coordinator, spiritual mentor, accountant, and etc. etc. At present, Prabhuji stays with his family in Pune, India. He travels all over India, America, and Europe for preaching the message of Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So, Hare Krishna, devotees. This is the brief introduction of Prabhuji. All glories and all to all your wonderful services, Prabhu. Thank you so much for giving us your association. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Over to you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhu, for joining this morning and enlightening us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. I now hand over the call to you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we'll begin with some kirtan. And I apologize, there will be some disturbance around my house here today. Some construction going around. So please, I hope you will forgive and tolerate the sound coming around. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jaya Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada. Nitya Gaura Haribo, Haribo, Nitya Gaura Haribo. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजका आचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। ग्रंथरा श्रीमद भागवतम की जय। शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमः। ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you for allowing me to serve all of you. Are you able to listen? Haribol?
Yes, Prabhuji, we can listen you nicely, Prabhu. There is no disturbance too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 7, text number 27, 28, and 29. We are going to read 3 verses. So, Nabhir nabaste shvasanam nabasvan suryascha chakshumsi jalam smaretaha Paravaratma Srayanam Tavatma Somo Manodyor Bhagavan Shiraste. So we'll go to the translation. O Lord, the sky is your navel, the air is your breathing, the sun is your eyes, and the water is your... Something is coming in here. It's water. No, on my computer something is coming. So I'll read it. Water is your semen. You are the shelter of all kinds of living entities, high and low. The god of the moon is your mind, and the upper planetary system is your head. Kukshihi samudra giriyo sthirastvat. You went too much up. Romani sarvoshadhi varudhaste chandansi sakshat tava saptadhatavar samiyayatmana rudayam sarvadharmaha. O Lord, you are the 3 Vedas personified. The 7 seas are your abdomen, and the mountains are your bones. All drugs, creepers, and vegetables are the hairs on your body. The Vedic mantras like Gayatri are the 7 layers of your body, and the Vedic religious system is the core of your heart. Mukhani panchopanishad. Oh, you went too much up. Mukhani panchopanishadastavesha ye stri shadastottara mantra vargaha Yattachivakyam Paramatma Tattvam Devam Swayam Jyotivastita Devam Swayam Jyotiravastiti. O Lord, the 5 important Vedic mantras are represented by your 5 faces, from which the 38 most celebrated Vedic mantras have been generated. Your Lordship, being celebrated as Lord Shiva, is self-illuminated. You are directly situated as the supreme truth known as Paramatma. Purport by His Divine Grace, S.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. The 5 mantras mentioned in the connection are as follows: Purusha, Aghora, and Sadyajota, Vamadeva, and 5th is Ishana. The 5 mantras are within the category of 38 special Vedic mantras chanted by Lord Shiva, who is therefore celebrated as Shiva or Mahadev. Another reason why Lord Shiva is called Shiva, which means all auspicious, is that he is self-illuminated, exactly like Lord Vishnu, who is the Paramatma. Because Lord Shiva is directly as incarnation of Lord Vishnu, he is situated as Lord Vishnu's direct representative. This fact is considered by Vedic mantra Param Patim Vishwas Ram Saswaram Suram Achyutam. The super soul is called by many names, of which Maheshwara, Shiva, and Achyuta are especially mentioned. So this is a very technical verse. So a lot of philosophy is involved, and hopefully you are listening attentively. If you are doing something else, you will never understand this verse. So this is a glorification of Lord Shiva. But when you read this verse, it appears that this is a glorification of Lord Vishnu, which has been clarified previously in one of the verses. Because Sadashiva, this is a glorification of Sadashiva. And Sadashiva is an expansion of Shankarshan. In the spiritual world, there are Chaturvivya, Balaram, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and Sankarshan. So this Sankarshan, he expands himself into this material world, and he is the origin of all the Shiva, and therefore he is called Sadashiva. So this is the glorification of Sadashiva, and all the Shivas are coming from him, and Rudras are also coming from Sadashiva. So this is a very, very technical verse. So the scenario here is after the churning of the ocean. See, Lord has incarnated in many, many different, first he incarnated tortoise, then, Mohini Murti, and again, there is another Dhanvantri. So Krishna is such a powerful personality. He can keep on appearing and show his different prowess in different capacities. So here we see these verses are a glorification of Lord Shiva, which Prabhupada mentions here is actually to the Lord Vasudeva or Lord Krishna. In the previous verses you have seen, this glorification is of Krishna. So Krishna himself in Bhagavad Gita wraps up by saying all these things in one verse. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattaha sarvam pravartate. Everything animate and inanimate is coming from me. So the details are given in Srimad Bhagavatam in many different cantos. So this is one of the canto, this is one of the verses. So just like Krishna is showing his universal form to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So there also he is showing Vishwarupa. And there also he is mentioning so many things in this material world as his expansions or as his power exhibited through the different items of the nature. So here we also see similarly the Prachetas, the Prajapatis, they are glorifying Lord Shiva. Because whenever we take service from somebody, we always should grateful to him and glorify his service, and try to acknowledge in different capacities how he has helped. So this similarly here we can see these Prajapatis, they are glorifying Lord Sadashiva, who is in turn. There is no difference here as mentioned in this verse. There is no difference between Vishnu and Sadashiva. So is exactly Sadashiv is glorified. So in turn, this is Vishnu glorified. So how he is spread throughout the universe. So you can see the sky is your mind. So whenever we see sky, we should understand this is Krishna's mind. The air is your breathing. Just like we all breathe, we require air. So where that air is coming from, we have to understand that is the creation. Bhumir Apo Nalo Vayu. Vayu is coming from Krishna. So because Krishna is breathing, the whole universe is breathing. And as we part and parcel, we are all breathing. Then the sun is your eye. Every day we see sun. So there are in another place of Bhagavatam, it is mentioned, there are so many witnesses to whatever we are doing. And the most important witness is the sun in the day and moon in the night. And also above all is Paramatma there. So we shouldn't think that our activities are not watched or are not observed by anybody. So Krishna's eyes are sun. So therefore, Krishna is always through sun. He is witnessing the activities of all the living entities. And the water is your semen. So you can see the ocean water and all the water we can see. This is Krishna's semen. Now we should not confuse this with our semen of a human being, because semen of a human being is, it's gross, but Krishna's semen is purifying, because Krishna is purifying. So we should not see in that sense, but all the water is coming from Krishna. So you are the shelter of all kinds of living entities, high and low. That we know. Krishna, all the living entities, whether they are in the higher planetary system or lower planetary system, they're all depending for everything on and the shelter of everybody is Lord Vishnu or Krishna. The god of the moon is your mind. So again, there are two times it is mentioned. The sky is your mind, and moon is also your mind. So this is very confusing, but we can understand. Just like one mind, we have in one mind we are thinking something, and other mind we are thinking something. So ordinary person like us can have different thoughts in one mind. So we consider like a two mind or three mind or four mind. So similarly, Krishna is thinking so much about so many things. So he can have so many minds. So there should not be any question about why he has two minds. One is the sky and another is the moon. So because as we also see, there are different thoughts or different things we are doing in mind. Sometimes we see when we are driving, we are still talking with somebody. So our mind is working in two places. So for us it is two, but for Krishna it is absolute. So he can have so many things going on at a certain time. So one time I was driving in America with one of my friend, devotee friend. So he was driving the car, doing WhatsApp, and also he was on some call and he was talking to me also. So I was getting confused. Who is talking with? Is talking to some friend on his phone or is talking to me? So even we see there are many people in this world. They're also multi-talented people. So many things they can do at one time. So Krishna is also like that. He is not only multi, he can do unlimited things at one time. So, and the upper planetary system is your head. So we can see the just like the body, head is on top. So upper planetary systems is considered to be the head of the Lord. You are three Vedas personified. So the three Vedas, Rigveda, Yajurveda, Atharvaveda. These are the three Vedas mentioned here. Yajurveda is a part of all these three Vedas. They are in detail, it's all philosophical details are there. So therefore it is mentioned three Vedas. So these three Vedas is Krishna is the personified. So Krishna himself has spoken them, and they are meant for his glorification and understand him. The 7 seas are your abdomen. There are 7 seas in this world, the creation, and those they are coming from, just like our abdomen has a lot of water. So similarly, Krishna's abdomen, there are like 7 seas which are in this creation. They're different. There is a milk, there is sugar cane, there is a ghee, and there is a, what we see in this world is a salty water. But there are other water also. There is a ghee ocean, there is a sugar cane ocean, there is a milk ocean, and there is a ocean of nectar. There are different 7 kinds of oceans. So they are all considered as Krishna, Vishnu's abdomen. The mountains are your bones. So whenever we see any big mountains, they are like bones of Krishna. All drugs, creepers, and vegetables are the hairs on your body. So Krishna also mentions that in Bhagavad Gita too. All the juice of the vegetables come from him. So all the all the medicines, all the creepers and vegetables like trees and fruits and all these things are considered kind of a hairs on the body of the Lord. The Vedic mantras like Gayatri are the 7 layers of your body. So Krishna's body has 7 layers which are covered by mantras like Gayatri mantra. And the Vedic religious system is the core of your heart. Now, one thing we have to understand when we hear this description about the personality of Godhead, we have heard that Krishna's body is so beautiful. He's standing as the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. So if you imagine all these things, like the water is a semen, and all these bones are like hills, and waters in the abdomen is 7. So this consider what kind of body is this? What kind of body is this? This is not attractive body. But what does it mean? That whatever Krishna has created, the original personality is very attractive. And the material expansion, that is his body. So when we consider it as a body, then we immediately think of our body. So in that term, we like to see every other thing. Like it is very difficult to comprehend how Tulsi is the body. So Tulsi's body is that plant is kind of a thing, that's his body. So we just have to accept whatever we see as a body. So our body is also coming from these 5 great, Panchatattva, earth, water, fire, air, and ether. So by combined, it is just grouped around the soul, and that's why it's looking something different. But if you separate the ingredients, all these ingredients are coming also from the body of Krishna or body of Vishnu, which is mentioned here. So when we hear this kind of description, even in the Bhagavad Gita about Virat Purusha, or also in Srimad Bhagavatam in many places. So this Swarupa is the expansion, or in energy form. This is for us to see, because we can see the sun, so we can understand these are the eyes of Krishna. So in this way, so that we can have darshan of Vishnu or Krishna in front of our eyes. So that is the reason Krishna has shown us this universal form and explained in many different scriptures in many different ways. So here, when we think about this, how the Krishna's bones are hills, that doesn't look good, right? And the bones are not outside the body, they're inside the body. So see, this whole body is Krishna's kind of an abdomen, and the bones are like our body. So we shouldn't take it as a literally like our bones. It is not exactly like our bones. So just to give us an understanding, the nature of the material world or nature of Krishna's Virat Purusha. So this description is given. So this is Krishna's expansion. This is not his real beautiful two-handed form. This is the material nature, which is a Virata Purusha. So this is the one we have to understand all these description. Then 5 important Vedic mantras are represented by your 5 faces. So this Lord Shiva sometimes has shown as he has 5 faces. So what are they? They are all represented all the Vedic mantras. And 38 more celebrated Vedic mantras have been generated. So there are different descriptions are given. Although this verse particularly do not talk anything about the bhakti of pure devotional service, but as a part of glorification is that this whole verses are showing us how Shiva is non-different than Sadashiva, who is non-different than Vishnu. So these are the most important aspect of these 3 verses we are studying today. So the Prabhupada mentions here, the super soul is called by many names, of which Maheshwara, Shiva, and Achyuta are especially mentioned. So a soul has a name, it's called Maheshwara. So like Shiva means auspicious. So that can be used for Vishnu also, and also can be used for Shiva. And anything auspicious is also called as Shiva. And Maheshwara means Maha means the topmost, and Ishvara is the supreme controller. And that also can be used for Shiva and also for Vishnu. And the same Shiva and Maheshwara are appearing in every living entity's heart. So as Paramatma. So that is the most important message this verse is giving. The same Shiva is also appeared in our heart. So in the beginning of creation, and those the rebellious living entities, they are sent to this material world. So Krishna, he expands himself from Sankarshan, Sadashiva, and then he expands himself also as Mahavishnu. And through Mahavishnu's pores, all the material worlds are different Brahmandas are created. So the living entities are put into this material world, and who does that? As a Shiva, he takes care of the soul and impregnates through his wife Parvati, which is this material world also. She is the embodiment and material world. So that is how we get this body, the souls coming from the spiritual world. So Shankarsan plays very, very important role. So Shankar is the one who is representative of Vishnu and Mahavishnu too in this material world, who is the cause of our body, whatever body we are getting. So these are all technical things. So this verse explains the glories of Lord Shiva. So today in India, it is in traditional way. It has nothing to do with the Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Vidhi. It's a Shravan Somvar. So people are worshipping Shivaji for their material benefits. So, but we worship Shiva as good as Krishna, as good as Vishnu. I'm sorry, I'm not Krishna, as good as Vishnu. Because when Krishna creates, he expands himself into Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesha, which is Shiva. So Brahma is in the mode of passion. Vishnu is the controller in the mode of goodness, and Shiva is a controller mode of passion, Tamoguna. So these 3 are as powerful as Mahavishnu himself. So our Acharya has given Krishna has 64 qualities, and Ram Adi avatars, they are all having 60 qualities. And Shiva is a very special category. He is neither a Jiva nor a complete Bhagavan or Shadaishwarya Purna Bhagavan. Although he carries many of those qualities, but he is not as good as powerful and as complete as Lord Krishna. But now this Brahma, he creates, Vishnu maintains, and Shiva annihilates. So these are the main characteristics of all the three deities. So they are equally important. They're all they're all Vishnus. They're all expansions of Vishnu. So just like in our normal understanding, a president of our country is also a citizen of the country, but he is not an ordinary citizen, although he looks like it. How his power is considered, the authority or the control he has over the citizens, correct? Like the president of America or even in India, we can see they look like human beings. They have their body features are human beings, but their powers are very great. But we are just insignificant. We are also human beings, and our body also looks like that, but our power is very insignificant. So in the Vedic literature, the power is considered according to their gunas, all the qualities they have. So these acharyas have given us the Krishna is the supreme most powerful because he has 64 qualities. And then Rama and other Ramadi Murtishu, they are all they have the 60 qualities, and Shiva has 55, and Brahma and other devatas, they have 50 qualities, and we as human being have maximum 36. So that is what we try to arrange in the marriages, traditional marriages. Nowadays nobody even remembers that 36 gun or 36 qualities. So as you go higher in the consciousness, the qualities and the power also increases. So we are below us are the bhutas and all these they are there, yakshas and all these people. So above us are the devatas. They have 50 qualities. Above them is Shiva, who is a the only one person with 55 qualities. No one is there. And above that is also all the incarnations. So therefore, these Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, these are considered kind of gunavatars. So they are empowered. They have almost the same qualities as Vishnu. Almost the same qualities as Vishnu. So also Vishnu has 60 qualities, not 64. So because all the Ramavatar and Rama and all avatars are also 60 qualities are there. So therefore, Shiva is among that quality, 55 quality, and as good as Vishnu is. If you hear the description, and therefore Shiva is also sometimes called Bhagavan. Brahma is also sometimes called Bhagavan. But what is their Bhagavan, their Bhagavad Tattva is depending on Krishna. But Krishna's Bhagavad Tattva is not depending on anybody else. So Shiva is Bhagavan as long as he has empowerment from Krishna. Brahma is also Bhagavan as he has empowerment from Krishna. And similarly, Vishnu also, although he is the same person, Vishnu, Narayan, Krishna, although they are the same person, but that is the expansion of the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is how the ordinary citizen of a country has, he has some qualities, but the president of that country has many powers. Our power is nothing. And the president of the country is, and then, there are certain ministers around him. They have little more power than us. So our powers are depending on the president, Of course, in this material we elect, but in spiritual world, they are not elected. They are there because of their qualification, because of their gunas, because of their service attitude toward Krishna. It is a sun, you can see one demigod, sun, He is there since the beginning of creation to the end of creation. No vacation, no earn leaves, nothing. 24 hours, 24/7, as long as the creation is there. Can you imagine what kind of service Surya is rendering? So unimaginable. So why? That is why he is Surya, because he is doing that service. It is mentioned in Bhagavatam, Suryastapati mad bhayat, vata, the air is flowing because of my fear. Sun is shining in the sky because of my fear. So it is not, what is that fear? Fear is respectful fear. Just like when we go in front of a great Vaishnava, when we go in front of our Guru Maharaj, when we go in the temple, so we are fearful. That fear is out of respect. That fear is not like somebody standing in front of us with a gun and raise your hands kind of a thing. No, that kind of fear is not there. But that fear is a respectful fear. So what is that respect for? That respect is for the qualities they have. That respect is for their services they are rendering to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in this way, this respect is given to the different incarnations, expansions, and also like Lord Shiva, who is mentioned here, all the qualities are there. So this is also given to them because they are as good, their qualities are as good as Vishnu. So they are also called sometimes as Bhagavan. So therefore, when the Shaivites, they have all the proof, what is the proof? They mention all these proofs of all the scriptures, how even the Krishna is praising them. Even the Prajapatis are praising that you are the Bhagavan, you are this, you are the source, you are the this, you are that, you are that, you are that. But only Vaishnavas know, because Shiva himself glorifies Krishna and Krishna himself glorifies Shiva. So both are glorifying each other. So who is better and who is not better? So one is best devotee, another is the topmost Supreme Personality of Godhead. So therefore, Shivaji is called Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambho. He is the Supreme Most Personality of Godhead. So in this particular pastime, after the churning of the ocean, when the halahal, when the fierce poison came, and it's so much of poison that it's practically the whole universe, will get destroyed. So even Vishnu is telling all the devatas to go to Shivji. Now Vishnu he is the creator of everything. He is the creator of poison. He would have easily drank the poison. Then this is how you see that this is the supremacy of Krishna. In the spiritual world, Supreme Person becomes humble. In the material person, everybody wants to show their prowess, how they are powerful than the others. So they subdue others to show that I am the best. But in the spiritual world, to show how I am great, they make everybody else also powerful, or everybody else also important. They glorify them. So this, you see, Lord Krishna is glorified by all the devatas and everything. But now he also glorifies his devotees. So therefore, in material sense, people get confused. Who is real God then? Krishna is glorifying Shiva, Shiva is glorifying Vishnu, Krishna. So who is the supreme? Shiva says Krishna is supreme, Krishna says Shiva is supreme. So and he let him act like a supreme. So because he himself says, I cannot do, you go to Shiva. So he says his incapability. So what is his greatness of Vishnu? That he wants to, just like a real leader, he is a real leader who makes another person as a leader. That is, doesn't go in this material world. In material world, one wants to be a leader, you don't want to compete, no competition for him. But spiritual world is different. Spiritual world, the one leader, that is the supreme leader, Yad Yad Acharati Sreshta, the Sreshta, the topmost leader is Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he gives credit to his devotees. He gives credit to his devotees like Shiva. So that is how this whole pastime we can see. The halahal, the poison has come. And Krishna wants to show through Lord Shiva how to serve Lord Vishnu and how to be surrendered, even to drink poison if it comes to serve Krishna. So that is how Shiva is exhibiting this power, exhibiting this pastime, that he is willing to take the poison which is created by Krishna, and he is willing, and that is why this is said, the chapter is that Lord Shiva saves the universe. So because of Shiva, the universe is saved. And of course, little drops which fell, they all the creatures like snakes and scorpions, they have little bit of that poison left with them. And there are some poisonous trees are there, poisonous plants are there. So that's the leftover poison from the hands of Krishna, hands of Shiva. It dripped down from here, and that was it fallen, and it is poison is there in this material world. So the Shivaji is showing his surrender to Krishna, and Krishna is showing through him how he could digest that poison. What power was there? And that what Krishna wanted to show, that he has his name is Neelakanta. The poison didn't go below his throat. So what was there? Because in his throat, in his mouth, always the name of Vishnu is there. Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame. He's telling his wife, I am always chanting the name of Ram. And therefore, because of that, the poison didn't go below the throat. And that is the power. That is how Shiva didn't die. Now, Vishnu sends all these devotees. He himself comes and asks Shiva to drink the poison. But he is giving the power to digest that poison. Just keep it in the throat. So that is the glory of Lord Vishnu. He likes to glorify his devotees. And Shiva understands that. And he also glorifies the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, therefore, Shiva says that in Padma Purana, that Aham Bhoga Prada Astu Mokshadastu Janardana. I can give all kinds of bhogas or Indriya Truptis in this material world. But Mokshadastu, if you want moksha or bhakti, that only Janardana, only Krishna can give. I cannot give all those things. So that is the glorification of these two great personalities, the Supreme Personality and Lord Shiva. So I was thinking about reading some of the slokas from other Bhagavatam. I was thinking about Krishna is saying here, one of these verses was saying, this is in the sacrifices of Daksha, the story of Daksha when Shiva is there and they don't stand in front of Daksha. So Lord is explaining here. See that one who does not consider Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, or the living entities in general to be separate from the Supreme, and who knows Brahman actually realizes peace, others do not. So Krishna is saying that one should not consider Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, or the living entities in general to be separate from the Supreme. So just like we, the living entities, we are not separate from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We are parts. In what way? As a soul and as everything that which have got in the form of our body is all coming from Krishna. So we are not separate from Krishna, but we are not Krishna. The same way, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. So all these three are there. So just like my power is just, I cannot say that I have everything under my control in even my home. So that is our power. We don't have anything. But the Shiva, the supreme demigod, Mahadev, his power is very great. So even though he is a living entity, but he is not ordinary living entity. His power and his gunas are super powerful. They are more than what we can think of. So that is the reason, see this verse, Krishna is saying that these three, Trayana, or Trayamaveka Bhavanam. So these three, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, they should not be considered separate from me. And there is another in the 4th canto. Let me get it. In 4th canto also it mentioned, say Rudra Vacha, Jitam ta Atmavid Varyastayastave Savistarastu me Bhavatara Dasarata Sarvasma Atmane Namaha. So Lord Shiva, he is glorifying Supreme Personality of Godhead. with the following words. O Supreme Personality of Godhead, all glory is unto you. You are the most exalted of all self-realized souls. Since you are always auspicious for the self-realized, I wish that you be auspicious to me. That is why Shiva's name is auspicious, because his auspiciousness is coming from, he can see he's praying to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that please give me that auspiciousness, because you are the source of auspiciousness. So that is why his name is Shiva, because he's auspicious. You are worshipable by virtue of all perfect instructions you give. You are super soul, therefore I offer my obeisances unto you. So नमो पंकजनाभाय भूत सूक्ष्मेन्द्रियात्मने वासुदेवाय शांताय कूटस्थाय स्वरोचिषे. My Lord, you are the origin of the creation by virtue of the lotus flower which sprouts from your navel. You are the supreme controller of the senses and the sense objects, and you are also the all-pervading Vasudev. You are most peaceful, and because of your self-illuminated existence, you are not disturbed by the 6 kinds of transformations. So this is how Shiva is glorifying the Supreme Person, that you are the origin of the creation by virtue of the lotus flower. So this is a description of Lord Brahma that is coming from the lotus flower and sprouts from your navel, which comes from, see, Vishnu, the Lakshmi is there sitting, but he's not taking help for production. He can create from his navel. So therefore, all the living entities, especially we can see, we are also connected to our mother through navel. So that is how the whole creation is connected to each other's navel, and original navel is Brahma and Vishnu. So that is how the human beings are born, and also many living entities. You are the supreme controller of the senses and sense objects, and you are also the all-pervading Vasudev. So these are the prayers of Shiva. Just to understand, in this verse, even though Shiva is considered to be the supreme, but Shiva considers that who is the supreme. And another verse is Sankarshanaya Suksmaya Durantayanta cha Namo Vishwa Prabodhaya Pradyumnantantaratmane. So, my dear Lord, you are the origin of the subtle material ingredients, the master of all integration as well as the master of all disintegration. The predominating deity named Shankarshan and the master of all intelligence, known as the predominating deity Pradyumna. Therefore, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. So, Krishna is now, this is a Rudra who is glorifying his origin, Shankarshanaya. So, Shankarshan, Krishna expands himself into Balaram, then he expands into another, Balaram, Aniruddha, Pradyumna, and Shankarshan. And Shankarshan again, then he is expanded into another Chaturviva. So this is how then from the other Sankarshan, the Mahavishnu comes, and from Mahavishnu there are other 2 Mahavishnu comes, and one of that Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, from his navel, the whole creation is created, and we are just an insignificant part of that creation. So origin of this material world is Krishna, Shivaji is glorifying as Sankarshanaya. Atattvamasi no Brahman Paramatman Vipaschitam Vishwam Rudra Bhayastvam Mad Mukutam Maschid Bhayagati. My dear Lord, all actually learned person know you as the Supreme Brahman and Super Soul. Although the entire universe is afraid of Lord Rudra, who ultimately annihilates everything for the learned devotees, you are the fearless destination of all. So, everyone is afraid of Rudra. Why? Because he dances, and that's the cause of destruction, of all material world. But the devotees are not afraid of Rudra, because they are beyond the destructions, because they have realized they are not this body, they are not part of this body. So this is what is explained. And then in many places, Krishna is, in Lord Shiva is mentioned, like Shukadeva Goswami mentions in one of the verses in Bhagavatam, Shivaha Shakti Yutaha Shashvat Trilango Guna Samvrutaha Vaikarikastej Jasascha Tamaschaitaham Trida. Sri Shukadeva Goswami said, Lord Shiva is always united with his personal energy, the material nature, manifesting himself in three features in response to the inner entreaties of nature's three modes. He thus embodies the threefold principles of material ego in goodness, passion, and ignorance. So Shiva is one of the three modes. He is the controller. He is not in the mode of ignorance. He is the controller of the ignorance. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains how Krishna is non-different. He is himself. In the 10th chapter, 23rd sloka, Krishna explains, Rudranam Shankaraschasmi Vitesho Yaksharakshasam. So of all the Rudras, I am Lord Shiva. So this is how, now this verse is like a Virata Swarupa. So this is in a Shakti form, not as a bodily feature. In a Shakti form, how Krishna is non-different. Rudranam Shankaraschasmi. And then in another verse, Krishna is saying, when he is showing this Virat form, he's telling Arjuna, look at this, Pashyadityanva Sundara Rudran Nishvano Marusatstata. Oh, best of the Bharata, see here the different manifestation of Adityas, Vasus, and Rudras. So Krishna is also showing on the battlefield of Kurukshetra how the Rudra is also all the expansions of Rudra. And Deva, and then he also sees that 11th chapter is Arjuna says that, oh, I have seen, Pashyami Devastavam Deha Dehe Sarvastata Bhuta Vishesha Sangan. Arjuna said, my dear Lord Krishna, I see assembled in your body all the demigods and various living entities. We see Brahma sitting on the lotus flower, as well as Lord Shiva and all the sages and divine serpents. So this is how Krishna is saying the whole universe, that what Krishna is showing, and therefore he is praying. And then in the next verse is explaining Rudraditya Vasuvoicha Sadhya Vishwen Vishwa Marutoshma Pascha. So all the various manifestation of Lord Shiva. So all the various manifestations are also exhibited there. And there also all the demigods and Rudras Krishna is showing as his form. So this is how Krishna, he is explained in the scriptures, who is non-different, but we should not get confused. Non-different doesn't mean equal. So therefore we are also non-different, but we are not equal to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So how that is non-different and equal, it is wonderfully, which is very famous verse, we all know, Kshiram yata dadi vikara vishesha yoga sanjayate nahi tatagastyeto. So just like a milk is by some culture, it is turned into yogurt. Now yogurt cannot become milk, but milk can become yogurt. So similarly, Rudra is like that. Milk is Krishna and yogurt is like Lord Shiva by the culture. So what is that culture? By Krishna has given him the in charge of mode of goodness, mode of passion, ignorance. Mode of ignorance. So and therefore he helps all the bhutas and all the lower kind of living entities, and he stays in such a way, and his dress and behavior is such that he attracts the bhutas, but that is his material form. But it's just like all the demigods, they have two forms. One is a spiritual form and their material form. So they show the material form to the materialistic people, but they show the spiritual form to the spiritual people. Just like, all the devotees, they have material body. When they go to the office and all these things, they don't exhibit their qualities as devotees. They work with all other people as devotees. So that's their material form. But when they come to the temple, they are in their original form. They are chanting and dancing, hearing, serving Krishna. So that's their spiritual form. The spiritual form, it is not taken over by the material form. Material form is a manifestation. When they come in and mix with the material nature, that time the material form is exhibited. But all other time, they are devotees. So in heart they are devotees. So similarly, Lord Shiva is not is in mode of ignorance, but he associates with those people and deals with those people. Somebody has to do that seva. So that is how Krishna has engaged. So that is how this is a difference. And also it is also mentioned, just like a sugarcane and sugarcane juice. In sugarcane juice is there in sugarcane, but in sugarcane juice, there is no sugarcane. So it's original and it's simultaneously one and different, to the different degree. So therefore, one of the verses we read, how Krishna, all the Brahma, Shiva, and all the living entities, they are not separate from me. So in a sense, we are all the part and parcel of Krishna's creation, but from a different perspective of degrees and of our qualities and of our controlling power, we are all individual and we are all separate. But the source of all is one thing to understand: Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo Matta Sarvam Pravatati. That is, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and everything emanates from him. And in Krishna, everything is included. So I would like to stop here. I don't know what is the time. I believe, yes, it is good time. If you have a couple of questions, thank you. Sorry, it was a very technical class today. I don't know how many of you are attentive. Many times I requested, I would like to see the faces of all so that I also get inspired. But everybody keeps the, I think, audio and starts rolling chapatis because it's the morning time to send their husband to the work or kids to the school. Oh, that's okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for such a very wonderful class. Actually, yes, as I said, it's very technical also. So, because very nice. Actually, today, as you said, it is Shravan Vrata. They are following in India, right? So, and today it was the right time for us to hear about this Lord Shiva also. Means like the relationship between Lord Shiva and Lord Krishna. So that was really very wonderful, and you gave so many evidences also. Thank you so much for that, so that we can understand. And in that one thing, what I understood was means like the Prime Minister, the President, they are also there, and we are also there. But we both are not equal, but we are equal as a human being. So that was very easy for me to understand. So and thank you so much for that. And of course, yes. So we apologize that we are not there on the video. As I said, early morning house shows are there for US, and for us in UAE, it's like it's in the afternoon, and everyone will be coming from their works and from school. So it's going on like that. Sorry for that, and. Hopefully from next time when whoever is free, they will switch on their videos. Thank you so much once again, dear devotees. Any realizations or questions, please go ahead.
So it's very technical, so I don't expect any questions today.
No, Prabhu. Actually, this is actually much needed, like
you have to be very, very attentive. Today, you have to be very attentive to hear this class. You cannot do anything else.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So actually, we have so many of Shiva Bhaktas and Durga Devi followers. So everyone is there. So in India, mostly, right? So so this class was really enlightening that like how we can understand Lord Shiva. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. For me, I have to go once again and I have to listen to this class so that I will well understand. So because we read in the 10 offenses of the holy names also, right? We should not consider the names of Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma to be equal to the name of Lord Vishnu.
Yes.
So in that ways, I was just thinking about that, but immediately you gave the reply to that also. So they're not equal, but still they are equal. So, and you gave good example for that. Thank you so much for that. And we have one raised hands from Hemangi Gopeshwari Mataji. Hare Krishna. Please go
Hare
ahead.
Krishna, Mataji. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Is a very, very wonderful class. With my limited intelligence, I try to understand and grasp as much as possible. So, here, I just want to correct my understanding. So, the Shaivites, when they are worshipping Lord Shiva, who is non-different but not equal to Krishna, and when they are doing these prayers, they also achieve liberation to Shiva Loka, which is in the spiritual world, and because indirectly they are worshipping Vishnu only, so is that a bona fide pathway as well?
Not exactly. See, if they are worshipping Shiva as a supreme, they will go to Shivaloka, and from there they will see Shiva is sitting in meditation. Though they will also start meditate on Krishna then, because in Kailash, what is Shiva doing? Even in Varanasi, what is Shiva doing? It is said in the scripture that you should go to leave your last breath in Varanasi. Why? Because Shiva, he speaks Ram Nam in the ears of person who are dying. So for them, okay, let it be. Sometimes, when you are preaching, what happens? People become devotees because they are attached to you. They don't know who is Krishna. So that kind of development, that kind of attachment to Shiva, if they are really, really attached to, most of them are materialistic. Most of them are just ritualistic. If anybody is real devotee of Shiva, Shiva will make sure, he will go to Krishna. But he has to be really sincere. And when he goes to Shiva, he should understand that what he's telling his wife only. This is very famous sloka I also mentioned. Ram Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tatulyam Ramanama Varaname. He is telling his wife. If someone tells something to his wife, he's telling going to same thing to his followers also. So when you go to Shivaloka or when you go to Kailash, that's what you will see. He is absorbed. He is in meditation engaged in meditation of Krishna. So it's a long process, but ultimately, depending upon the sincerity of the soul, will take you there.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
But it is not as same as the devotees of Lord Krishna who are chanting Krishna's name and hearing Harikatha and addressing Krishna and talking about Krishna. It is not the same. Okay, because see, Krishna is complete, 64 qualities, and when you glorify Krishna, you are glorifying a complete person. But when you are glorifying, all these Shiva Bhaktas, they also read about the Leelas of Shiva and Parvati and all these things. But that is about material things are there involved. They are not like this. Parvati and Shiva stories are not as relatable as Radha and Krishna's. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. Thank you, Prabhuji, once again. So I was just thinking that if one is a real devotee of Krishna, then so what about them? As Mataji was asking the question, and you correctly replied that if they are real devotees, then yes, of course. To Shiva, then so they will Shiva will always direct them to Krishna. So somehow or the other, Shiva will inspire them, right, to go to Krishna. So
Like
thank you so much.
In ISKCON, we see many devotees. They are real. They were devotees of Hanuman. I myself, I was worshipping Ganesha, and the famous His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. He was worshipping Shiva. Because they saw some sincerity and they guided us to Lord Krishna, and for that we respect them and we love them. As they are like our shikshas and inspiration to bring us to Krishna. That's what I mean exactly. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much for Jai said. Yes, we are seeing so many of them, but we see also many of them when we it's not like preaching and all. We see so many of devotees of Lord Shiva that they are so devoted to them that they don't want to leave Lord Shiva. How to understand that? Means like they are like to look. You said that if they don't have that material desires, then and if they are real devotee of the Lord Shiva, then they'll be directed to Krishna, right? But we also see so many of them devotees of Lord Shiva. They are so much dedicated to him, but still they don't understand Krishna. How to understand
Krishna? Krishna himself gives the answer in 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Kama se rutadhyana prapadyantanya devata. Now, those intelligence stolen by the for sense gratification, they have some kind of a desire of enjoying this material world, and they think Krishna, Shivaji is the provider. Shivaji is the provider of all the things which I need. So that is at least they are going to some authorized demigod, then going to some babas and all these things. So that is their devotion. That's their understanding. That's their understanding of the spiritual world. So we just help them and tell them, just chant Hare Krishna, give prasadam. Nothing else we can do.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Shiva is Ashutosh, right?
Why?
So very
Yes.
quickly he's pleased.
Yes. Why they do that? How come we didn't become devotees in one day? It took us long time because everybody has some understanding of something in spiritual world. So it is very difficult to get to the point of becoming a devotee of Krishna. So we should always appreciate those who are devotees of Krishna. It has taken long way to come to that stage. Therefore, we should respect the Vaishnavas. Right? And those who are on this path struggling, we should try to help them as much as we can. Krishna is sitting in everyone's heart and he guides according to your desire to worship. Yo yo yayam tanu bhaktyam, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Whatever and wherever they want to place their faith, Krishna says, I am the one who keeps establish their faith. Krishna is the one who is helping them to do whatever they want. So our duty is just to give them prasad and encourage them to come for program and let them hear about Krishna, and eventually probably if Krishna is pleased with them, they will guide. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So I don't see any more hand raise or questions in the chat box. Yeah, we have one more hand raise from Hemangi Gopeshwari Mataji. Please go ahead, Mataji.
Thank you, Madhavi. Sorry, if there's no question, I can ask one more. So, Prabhuji, from the previous classes, I've understood that as a Vaishnava, I can go to a Shiva temple with the mood that I am going to the temple of the topmost Vaishnava Shiva and ask for Krishna Bhakti. So now the other part is, can I take prasad from the temple, Prabhuji, from a Shiva temple?
Normally, we should not, there is no need to go to all other temples. There is no, I'm just listen to my sentence correctly. No need to go, but suppose if you go with your relatives or your friends, then you can go and you take the name of Vishnu, and as a matter of etiquette, normally we don't eat it. Normally, as a form of etiquette, they shouldn't feel bad. We just say Sri Vishnu, and as it's offered to the Lord, we can take it. But it's an exception. We should not purposely try to go to Shivji temple on Mahashivratri or every Monday or Amvasya, these kind of things, because Sarva Deva Mayo Guru. Once you accept a Guru, he is the embodiment of all the Devatas. He is the representative of all the Devatas. You don't need to go anywhere. But if you find a Shivji temple, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Shivji temples, there was nothing wrong. Correct? So he took prasad there. So there is nothing wrong, but there is no need. But it is happened to be, we should be very respectful. We should be respectful.
Thank you, Prabhuji, so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Yes. So no more questions. One hand raise is there? Let's see one hand raise. Yeah, Puja Mataji. Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much for the opportunity. Prabhuji, I had that question about the prasad, which Mataji just asked about. So when we sometimes eat from some sweet shops and we try to offer it to the deities and we eat, so is that okay for us to eat? It says that there are two concepts.
It is, yeah, I got your point. It is not the best thing you can do, but if it is nothing is there, that's okay. First thing is, nowadays in Kali Yuga, there is no guarantee in a shop you will get a good cooked food. That is not, there is no guarantee. But if you are in circumstances like you are traveling or if you are with some friends or relatives, occasionally it's okay, but it should not be like I eat something cooked nicely in my home and I bring from sweet shop and offer it to God. It should not be like that. Krishna, see, we are trying to develop our love. Can you imagine? Just imagine buying every day something from the shop and giving to your son. Will he like it every day? Nowadays, you're saying no, but everybody nowadays kids, if you ask this, oh yes, it is very nice. I like outside pizza, But I'm telling you an example. If you're like your mother, if see every day she brings you from the shop and give it to you, hey, take this, there is no love. Of course, there is a care, but there is no love. Correct? So once in a while, if you are in under circumstances, that is okay. But it should not be like a regular thing to do. And in your new stage, because our consciousness is not had developed, and we are trying to learn the path of bhakti, and then we are compassionately we allow those kind of things, otherwise they will give up everything. So in the beginning stage, or in kind of a emergency, these things are okay, but we should not be like a regular thing, buy everything from, just like when we used to go for book distribution, we didn't have any facilities to cook, but we used to buy from a shop, once in a while, and we used to offer it to Jagannath, but that was not regular, once in a while. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Better we offer fruit, at least they are coming from Krishna. You don't have to offer. Krishna is not asking sweets, he's asking fruits. Okay. Yes.
Very well. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Very
Dear
well.
devotees, more questions or realizations?
Where do you stay in Canada? I was in Montreal last 2 months ago.
Me, you're asking, Prabhu?
No, somebody is from Canada here.
Somebody.
Hemangi.
Yeah, Hemangi.
Hemangi Mataji.
Yes,
she
Prabhu, Hare
was-
Krishna Prabhu. I am actually quite a bit far away. I'm in Ontario province,
okay.
but I'm a few hours away from Toronto.
Okay. I was there just 2 months ago. I was there. I don't
Oh,
know
Hare
exactly.
Bol.
Yes.
Yeah, Montreal has a beautiful temple.
Yes. Not in Ontario. I was in Ontario somewhere. I don't know exactly the name of the place. Yeah, it's okay. First time I went and I don't remember everything. Yeah. Thank you all very much. I
Thank you
think
so much, Prabhuji. Yeah. We don't have any more hand raise or questions in the chat
Yes.
box, so with your permission, we'll end the call here. Thank you so much for such a
This
wonderful
is Shama
session.
Gauri Mataji.
Shama Gauri Mataji. Yeah, she's here. Hare Krishna.
She's the one who engages me in seva. After a long time, she remembered me. So I was very happy.
Sorry, Prabhuji. Thank you,
Hare,
Prabhuji. Wonderful class, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Dear devotees, let's pay our obeisances to Prabhuji. Vancha kalpadrepesha kripa sindhu pevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti vaishnav vrinda ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. His praise Vrindavan Prabhuji ki
Ki
jai.
Thank you so
Jai.
much, Prabhuji.
Hare.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
so much,
Wonderful class.
Prabhuji,
Prabhuji.
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.